Hello everyone, I'm here to show you how to connect your command account to the new Lone Wolf Transact system. So I am in Jackie Hendrickson's account here, and I just wanted to show you how easy this is to connect. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to log into command. If you're on a team, it does not matter which account that you're in. So if you're in coaching or if you're on a team, just know that it doesn't matter which accounts. You don't have to toggle between accounts. So you're going to click on your name in the upper right, go down to settings, and this takes us to our application screen. If it's not here, just go to command settings and then applications, but we're already here. Scroll down just a hair until you see digital signatures and transactions, and you'll find Lone Wolf Transact. What we're going to do is just click the blue button on the right that says Connect Account, and you'll get a pop-up window asking for asking for an email address. Now, if you already use a Lone Wolf product outside of zip forms in this case does not count. If you use a Lone Wolf product in the past, you can use your existing login. If you are new to Lone Wolf, like most of us are, you're going to go down here to sign up. So we'll click the sign up. It's asking for an email address, and in this case, I'm going to pass the keyboard over to Jackie, who's off camera. All right, and then we'll hit continue. So she's just going to enter in a few things here: her first name, last name. We'll choose a country. We'll choose her state. And now she's going to select a password. And once all of this criteria has been met, 10 characters, at least 3, she's going to receive a verification code to her email address that she entered. All right, from here, this is all you need to do to connect it. So we are simply in here. We can close out this screen. We can close out this screen. And now we're back into command in the application settings. We're going to refresh this. And instead of connect account, it should say that we are connected. Now, word to the wise, once you sign up for Lone Wolf with an email address, you cannot change it within command. You will be able to change it in Lone Wolf. So let's take this to the next step. How are we going to use Lone Wolf? So when you are creating a new opportunity, I'm going to create a new opportunity here. And in this case, I'm just going to go through the motions. It's going to be a buyer. I'm going to choose a buyer from her list here. We'll just use Steve. You don't really need to fill out anything else, although it does help. I'm just going to put this into the active opportunity so I know where to find it and create. So over here on the left now, this is the same thing that you guys are normally seeing. We have the panel over here. If you want to add another buyer, if you want to add an address, any other financial information, you can. But to start a transaction, we're just going to go to documents like we did before. And instead of the sync with DocuSign, it's now going to say sync with e-sign provider, and you're going to choose Lone Wolf. So the first time you log into Transact, we're going to have to back up and do one other step. We're going to have to connect the MLS to your account. So in order to do this from this room, we're going to go to transactions in the upper left here. We are going to click the Transact button and go to Home. From Home, we are going to go to Customize. We're going to go to MLS here in the top, and we're going to add an MLS. So we'll just select our state. We're going to need your MLS ID number. That's okay, we can find it. So the agent ID, I'm going to open up Bright. You can get your agent ID right here at the top once you log in. And once you log into Bright, your ID is up here under your name. If you click on your name, your ID is right here. So mine is 317-7813. It's all public knowledge. You guys really can't do anything with it. Jackie has hers ready to go, and that is 728. Now she's connected. So we're going to go back to her room. We're going to click on Transact. She has a transaction here. These appear in tiles like they did in DocuSign. If you want them to be in a one line, you can click this table or cards. I'm going to keep the card here because that's what I'm used to. Now we can choose our documents for signing. It wasn't connected to the MLS, so it wasn't allowing us to sign. So I'm going to pretend that these are all the documents we need to sign. Again, I'm going to go hit Editor down here at the bottom. So I clicked on 5 files. On the left here, we can rearrange these files. I always like to put the consumer notice first. However you guys want to do that, just know that you can do that. You can also grab additional files if you like down here, where you can grab it and drop it up here, or you can click the box and add them. So on the right hand side here, these are all of the things that you can fill out. You just click on the field and you can type these out. In other classes, I'm going to show you how to create a template where you're not going to have to fill these things out ever again with the broker and the company and your information. So that I just want to get the basics in today. We can fill these out however we need to. So, Keller Williams Real Estate. There are some tools over here if you need to add another text box or something like that, a strike through, however you want to do it. There's some tools. There's parties involved here. We can add some parties if we want. But I'm just going to pretend that these are all filled out the way I want them to, and I'm going to prepare a signing. So instead of sending it to an envelope, we can do it right from this screen and click Prepare Signing. If you're not ready to sign it, you can save it and back out and come back to this at another time. But right now, we're going to prepare a signing. This sometimes takes a quick second. So it's asking what folder do we want these returned to. And remember at the beginning, I said there was a consultation closed and under contract. This is going to be the consultation stage. This is going to be important for when you are bringing documents into Command for compliance. Instead of it searching the whole folder, it'll just search for, that little subfolder. So here we are. I'll just click Got It on these little things. So in the signing screen, unlike DocuSign, we can no longer edit our document. If you want to edit the document, just, click back. But what we can do is just make sure things are mapped correctly. In order for them to be mapped correctly, you notice there's no initial boxes or anything like that down here. I'm going to go up to Signers. I'm going to add participants. I'm going to add them from the transaction. If you forgot somebody or there's a third buyer, you could always add a new person there. But we're going to add from transaction. I'm going to add Steve as the buyer and Jackie as the buyer's agent. They're both going to be remote signers. If you have, let's say if you're in coaching and Jason wants to review, you can add in Jason right here. or if you just want to send a document for somebody to see, you can see it. You can also CC it to somebody as well. So we'll hit select here. And now you noticed that the buyer is in here. We're still working on the mapping for some of these, so the agent did not come over. So in order to do that, we're in tools, we're in signing tools. I can just go down to Jackie. I can do a signature here. And then I can do, where is the, oh, it automatically drops the date. If you want the date moved, you can, they're separate from each other, so you can move that over if you want. So we'll just go through. We have initials on the buyer's agency contract. That's fantastic. We have signatures. We have the wire fraud document. This is one of the ones that we're still working to map. But again, in signing tools, you can go back to Steve. You can drop an initial box there. You can drop a signature with the date. See how they want the date over here. You can also go back to the agent. There's Jackie. We can grab a signature. And again, like I said, we're working on getting all of these things mapped correctly. There will be some one-offs early on. If you do notice something that's not getting corrected, please let us know. Let myself know or let Tara know. We will help get these corrected as they should be. So from here, we will go to next. And this is saying, hey, we want to send this immediately. We want to send reminders every one day at 9 a.m. And then we would simply hit send. I'm not going to hit send because this is one of Jackie's real contacts, so I don't want to send it to them. But everything will come back in to the beginning here. I'm just going to save this for now. This is where we filled out the documents. So we'll go back one more. So all of your completed documents come back into signings. So this is where you would find your completed documents. Hope that helps. We will continue to have live classes with this. I encourage you to sign up for those. We'll be going over the basics at first, and then later on down the road, we'll get into some more things like creating templates and overlays for yourself, and really ramping this up to work the best possible way for you. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.